Hello and welcome back to Energy Lab. Over the last few weeks, the UAE has seen a substantial increase in COVID cases. Currently, the UAE is reporting about 3,000 new cases of COVID-19 daily. These are amongst the highest registered since the beginning of the COVID crisis. I suspect that this increase of cases might be related to the amount of traveling and social gathering in the month of December. There has been news about large crowds pouring through Dubai airport, making social distancing impossible. I don't expect that the UAE will introduce similarly harsh lockdown measures as in the first half of 2020, but rather that they will fight the pandemic with a strong push of vaccination of the local residents and locals. According to health officials, the UAE aims to vaccinate 50% of its population within the first quarter of 2021. By the end of 2021, the UAE aims to have 70% of its population inoculated. In general, I believe that in the UAE, vaccination will stay voluntary, but I think that the UAE government will increasingly introduce measures to increase the incentives for people to vaccinate. Recently, the Abu Dhabi Department of Economic Development announced that the owners and managers of licensed establishments in Abu Dhabi that operate within the following activities: restaurants and cafes, supermarkets, groceries, bakeries, butchers, vegetables and fruit retailers, malls and commercial centers must get all of their employees tested for COVID every 2 weeks, except for people that have been vaccinated against COVID. This obviously sets a huge incentive for these companies to get their employees vaccinated. I expect that other Emirates will follow that guidance and introduce similar measures, and as vaccinations are more and more available, these guidance will be increased to other or extended to other professions. Currently, Sinopharm from China and Pfizer and BioNTech from USA and Germany have vaccines that are readily available in the UAE and have been approved by the UAE. In general, it seems that Sinopharm is a little bit more readily available than the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine, but this might also vary slightly from Emirate to Emirate and on your personal circumstances, whether you're an Emirati, if you have other medical health conditions that allow you to get the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine. Appointments at some clinics are already booked out until March, but government-run centers still take walk-in. More than 1 million doses have been administered since the campaign began in December 13th, 4 days after the UAE officially registered China's Sinopharm vaccine for nationwide use. Phase 3 of the clinical trial had already been carried out and established an 86% efficacy against the coronavirus. Israel, the UAE and Bahrain are amongst the leading countries in the world, having administered vaccine jabs to 20.93%, 10.99% and 5.25% of the populations respectively. The success of Middle Eastern countries in terms of vaccination is partially explained due to the size of the population and the size of the countries, so it's logistically much easier, but it also helps that there's a lot less skepticism about vaccination in these countries. We here at Enerware, we encourage all of our employees to get vaccinated as soon as possible, but whatever you do, please stay safe and get your information from official and reliable sources. Take care, bye.